What's going on, everyone? Astekz here. Hope you're all well. I'm going to do a video, just a brief one, discussing how to action on some of the signals you get on the System V1 indicator if you have it. If not, this is perfectly tradable via price action. You can check out the hour-long video I have on the YouTube already discussing, this style of trading. So it's not it's not a must. It's just for the people that have it and want to understand a little bit more. Let's discuss now what ones were actionable and what ones were not on this. So these two here were very actionable. We can discuss why. Let's look at the daily. Let's just take some of that out. Put in our levels across here. We know historically that now there's a big level here. The buy signals were printed here, but we know looking at this that there's been very big reactions from these lows here and here, and then eventually where we get this that aggressive sell off and then into the buys here. So a very big level here. Now let's just put in a level across here because we'll need that in future reference. We can say that anything up here is just pure chop and we don't want to be trading in it. And then let's move back to the 4 hour and analyze the price action. It's important to look at the structure of what's happening here around the buy signals, right? So we get, I guess, some sort of structure change here. It's a lot of chop, but what we actually get is this, and then we get a retest here and here. So this is now potentially saying on a smaller scale that we might be ready to go and take out this. We're starting to put in some sort of more bullish price action where we're moving up a level, flipping the price action that we had across here and saying, look, if we can now hold this, then it's a good sign. And these 2 wicks here where buyers step in is telling us all we need to know to be like, all right, if we're going to move up from this region here that we know historically has had a strong reaction, then let's take a play. It doesn't have to be too much, like 1.5–2% stop, and at least targeting back to this region here and assessing price action. Obviously on the bigger scale we know there's a level back up here which we put on the daily, so that could be your bigger target, but overall you're at least targeting like a 12% move for a 1% stop, right? Which is great. So then you could take a majority out and then probably just let the rest run and see if you can get that big move up. So that's that one covered. Now let's look at these two here. The buy is absolutely not tradable. Why? Because there's nothing structure wise telling us this is worth trading. We're not going to buy that straight into a huge level across the board on the daily. Like, we're absolutely just risking, praying that you get some sort of easy inval and then it giga moons through resistance. They're not the type of trades we want to take. We want to trade, ideally it gets above here and then gives us the buy, and then we move up similar to down here. Now this sell signal is actually, it's discretionary. It's absolutely playable, but I could also see why you wouldn't. But when we look at structure now, we know there's a level here because of this, and we know it's just rejected the 21 level. So what we're seeing is potentially now a start of a downtrend, right? So let's just say you didn't catch any of the move here because there was nothing actionable. It breaks down, goes for the retest. This move up here probably shakes a few people out of positions and then starts the downtrend even further. So for me, like, it's probably actionable because it's confirming that the trend still wants to go down. And then you would obviously just target down here. It's up to you. I would prefer if this sell signal was like here, right? And we got a hammer here and then we get that bigger move, just so the structure wise a bit better. So it's discretionary. I think this one you would maybe take after a bit more experience in trading like downtrend price action. But again, if you didn't take it, that would be perfectly fine. Obviously now this sell signal here is nothing to trade on. Like, we're not going to be taking trades here, right? That's not what we want to do. We've got some sort of range across here of chop. We don't take positions here. We're looking for the extremes. You want to sell here, buy here until proven otherwise, right? So then now let's move along to this recent one, which I think is a good one because, again, looking at structure, this might be telling us now it wants to make its next move down, and it's kind of initiated already, right? So we look at all of this price action along here, all along here, constant rejections here, makes its move down, then goes and sweeps and gets hammered back down. So now that's saying, look, we've swept all the positions here and still couldn't break up. You now have your easy invalidation that the bears are fully in control and the downtrend is intact. Obviously, you're just going to go and target what structure is telling you across the board. Where have we seen some sort of response? It's along here, right? Originally where we took TPs on the buys across here, you know that there's going to be some sort of response down here that you'll want to take some money out. And that's kind of where it's gunning at the moment. So I would say that was actionable. You know, always just take a little bit out on the move down to secure the position, and then see if if you're targeting swings, then obviously you're looking for down here. But you have to take in consideration the market conditions. You know, it's not favourable for big swings at the moment. We've been shopping in tight ranges for a period of time, so sometimes the small wins over and over again are what you want to take. There's also an example here of trading downtrend, which is really nice. You can add in the meme line, whatever you want to call it, for added effect. But let's look at structure, right? It's developed a range here and then obviously went into a downtrending mode, similar to most alts. Like, we had a choppy range and then they just eventually fizzle out and you get this type of strong downtrend in PA. But when you look at the sell signals, the structure is relevant, and it's similar to what I was saying before, where it's telling you it wants to start a downtrend. So it will put in this move where it sweeps the previous price action and then just gets hammered down. So then what happens is people are essentially long in, trying to get that move back up to here every time. Trapped, hammer it down, moves obviously down. Then you get the same here. This one doesn't have a sell signal, but the theory is relevant, right? You get that chop here, all the positions get taken out, slam back down, then aggressive sell-off. Same again here. We look at the structure it's made. It was trying to hold this level throughout, moves down, comes back up. People try and long the break. We say no again, slam down. And then we at this point have created an even more bearish scenario where we've broken down under this level across here and then just gone in for the retest again, like a bearish retest, and then slam back down to here, and then this says to us now, well, we've played the downtrend pretty well, but if this now gets above, if we get a buy signal here, we're looking for the same again, right? Buy up to here. So they're the scenarios that we're looking for when we're playing these signals in downtrends or uptrends. The structure is very, very relevant, like how this looks and how this looks. We're trying to play these these flips of levels all the way up and down. So again, downtrending price action looks like this, where you just keep doing that. And then we're looking for the flip now and hopefully a buy signal to tell us we're going to do the reverse up this way. Hopefully that helps. Remember that these buys and sells aren't concrete. It's very relevant to price structure, and hopefully that helps. Take care.